Hello, welcome back to my game Devlog. So the main update this time is that I've added VR support to the game. So what I've done, instead of the point and click with the cursor, you now actually have to point at stuff with your hand and click on it to move around. So it just teleports you instead of animating you to reduce motion sickness. And some of the transitions are a bit broken at the moment, just like the door, but that will be fixed. So basically you just have to be pointing and it will highlight anywhere that you can go, and then you just point at it and click. You can also snap the rotation using the joystick, or obviously you can just rotate in real life. So I've also made it so that buttons you actually have to physically press now. So I can't just point and click at it like everything else. I actually have to physically press it. So you could just see the guy chilling on the roof down here. And everything just seems so much bigger when you're in VR, it's crazy. I also made the office much smaller because I think it was just way too big before. So now everything's just like right here next to the door. And I also think I'm going to put in a window over here so that you can see the enemy run past. I think that'd be quite cool. So currently the height doesn't actually adjust when you move around. So for certain locations like this, I'm going to actually have to adjust the height so that you're actually sat down. And yeah, you can also interact with these buttons now as well, which is pretty cool. The terminal currently doesn't work because I'm going to have to add in a whole different interface for that, since obviously you can't type in VR. And I think adding a virtual keyboard will probably be too tedious. Okay, so I've switched back to the normal play mode now, just with the mouse. Everything should still work the same, even though I've had to completely rewrite the whole interaction system that I made to work with VR as well. But everything should still work the same. I think I've tested it all. But just to show some of the other stuff I've added. So I've now added some nice models for these monitors I've just found on Sketchfab. As well as some models for the lights, which are currently still floating, but that's because they're going to be attached to the ventilation when that's finally added. But yeah, there's just some nicer models for the lights. So I've also added some more sounds to the game, one of which is the fan sound, which you can hear right now. Currently it's just a global sound to add some more ambience, but it will actually be linked to the ventilation system when that's implemented. So it will turn off when the ventilation system turns off or when the power goes off. I've also added some footsteps for when you're walking around. And this is based off of your movement speed as well. And finally I've added some sounds for when the cell doors open and close. So yeah, that's everything for now. Only a short video this time because most of my time was spent just on getting the VR working. But hopefully there'll be a bit more content for the next video. So thanks for watching. See ya.